Yo, so what's good, fam? It's your man Jay. I'm back with another episode of Evolutionary Comics, and where we continue to evolve. For the last probably couple of days now, I've been down sick. There is a virus that's going around. I guess it's across the nation. I don't know where it came from. It's not like COVID, but it's kind of like COVID. It's very fast sweeping. My wife kept saying that, oh, I'm not going to get sick. I don't get sick. And she's somebody who very rarely, if ever, gets sick. And she's also sick. So I'm at the downstroke of it, feeling a little bit better. So I'm trying to get back to the norm. I'm working from home today. So I decided to take a break and do this video. And I've been watching a lot of different YouTube channels out there that are doing the top 10 pickups of 2024. We're still early into 2025, so we're still kind of recapping our year from 2024. So, some trends are great to jump on, and this is one that I think I'm going to join in on. I checked out my guys over there in Orlando with Heroes After Dark. I saw theirs and was inspired, especially with what is it, all in all one. That's his Instagram. I can't remember his real name, but he got me with those little kids featuring Calvin books because if you saw my previous video of my top 10 most wanted books, that is in my top 10. Those books are in my top 10. I want to get the first appearance at 10, 11, and 12, and I think he picked up 11 and 12. I was super hyped about that. It's crazy. That's one of the great things about this comic collecting culture is that I truly believe that most of us get extremely excited when people we know or people we're some kind of akin to when they get great books in their collections, especially books that we also want. It's exciting for us, and that was exciting for me because I'm on a mission, and I got a lot of goals for 2025. So saying that, I'm gonna reflect a little bit and show you guys my top 10 pickups for 2024. As usual, you know what it is. Let's get it! Whoo, that sounded bad because like I say, I'm still kind of sick. But y'all, hey, I'm gonna say it anyway. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So that's my mantra, and let's get into these books that I picked up in 2024. All right, so the first book I'm gonna show you guys. I'm showing you the book, but I'm actually talking about the entire series that I have enjoyed picking up. Every book that has come out, and this is Ultimate Black Panther, and this is the Brian Hill run. This is probably the best Black Panther series that has been out since the Christopher Priest, Reginald Hudlin line. I know that there's been a couple of people that have done a great job. Dr. Ewing, she did a absolutely fantastic job. The couple of guys that were before her, I wasn't too thrilled about theirs, but Brian Hill is actually bringing T'Challa home. You know what I'm saying? As far as his personality, as far as the character that we knew, that we grew up loving. Those of us that have been part of this Black Panther journey for a long time, people that are a part of the, I don't know, the emasculation and the downgrading of the character based off of He Who Shall Not Be Named and a couple other people that have written Black Panther. We others have wanted to see the rise of the Black Panther and for him to get back to who we know him to be. They haven't did him justice with the MCU by not recasting the character. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, but keeping it real, the character and the actor are two different people, and it is a tragedy for them to try to kill off the character because the tragedy of the actor passing away. He even wanted it, but it wasn't even up to him. It's like one person doesn't dictate, the fate of a character in the comic book, somebody that millions of people look up to. And Brian Hill is doing a great job with appeasing us for now, and we still want that. We still want that recast in the MCU. Or it's going to eventually get to a point where we don't even want to watch the MCU stuff. But you're doing a great job, Mr. Hill. Appreciate it. This is I don't even remember what variant cover this is. It's from #1, but I absolutely love this cover. I love the series. I can't wait for the next one to come out, which I believe is tomorrow. I think we're on issue 12, and yeah, pick that up tomorrow. And stay tuned. Stay tuned because we're gonna talk about it. All right, so my next book, my #9 book, if you will, and none of this stuff is in any order as far as importance or anything. It's just great stuff that I picked up. But this is something that I talked about in my previous video, but I picked this up in 2024 as well. This is X Factor #6. This is the first appearance of Apocalypse. And, if you've heard me talk before, you know that Apocalypse is one of my favorite villains. And him and Doctor Doom, they're up there because of their power and because of their arrogance and just the way they are. I think Apocalypse now isn't so much arrogant as he was, originally. I think he's a more logic-based guy, but he still don't play the radio. So this is his first appearance, and this was on my initial top 10 most wanted list that I made a video for about 3 years ago. So happy to have this in my collection, and acquired it in 2024. All right, and going back to Black Panther, I'm big on him meeting with other characters that are heroes to me, people that I like, and this is Here Comes Daredevil, the Man Without Fear, #52, and I picked this one up. And the significance of this particular book is this is the first time that Daredevil, Matt Murdock, and T'Challa, Black Panther, actually met in comics. And I got a really good deal off this book. I actually was going to buy it from a comic shop and then decided to go look it up to see if anybody online was selling it. Got it for a few bucks cheaper, but I picked it up, and I'm super happy to have this one because it is a key, as far as in my book, because these two guys get together and do some things. So yeah, happy to have this book as well. All right, so the next book, and this is one that I don't think is on a lot of people's radar, but there was a mini-series, Star Wars mini-series in comics that came out with Sana Starros. Don't know how many people read that, but it was an absolutely great series, a great read. I really enjoyed it. It made me a fan of the character, so I had to have her first appearance. And this is the first appearance of Sana Starros, and this is Star Wars #6. So I picked this one up too. I'm trying to make sure that the glare, because it looks like a glare to me, but I don't know how it's actually going to look in the video. So I hope you guys can see that very well, without too much glare. But I picked this one up. Super happy to have this one. The next book, as you know, I always seem like somewhere in some of my videos, I'm always a stand for this particular writer, and it's well deserved because he is one of my favorite writers. The things that he puts out is always captivating to me. He has me on this horror comics thing, which before I never was into horror comics. Now I'm collecting not just horror comics, but I'm collecting the covers as well. And this is a cover that I actually missed out on when it first came out. I bypassed it for some reason, and I was just more into the series as opposed to the cover at the time. But this is Philadelphia #1, and this Francisco Martina cover. It's not the Virgin one, which is the what I actually passed on, but I had to go back and get this one. I picked this one up this past year, and it is in immaculate condition. This is actually graded the way I've graded it. It comes out to a 9.9. It would be a 9.9, and the only reason it's not a 10 is because not to be too specific about grading, but tens are something that you also have to have somebody else to concur with you on. I don't have anybody else to concur with me, so this is what I'm going to proclaim this as a 9.9. It is absolutely perfect, in perfect condition. Whoever had it before me, whoever I bought it from, they kept it in immaculate condition. I got three three boards behind it to keep it really in good condition, and I may get this one graded, but that's only if I can't find the virgin cover. But I'm super happy to have this one that I picked up this year, last year, 2024. All right, the next book, just everything that I said about that one, I can say the same thing about this next book. And this one, I think the two hip hop covers that I regret passing on, and I had opportunities to purchase them before, was the Miles Morales one. I missed out on that one. I could have picked that up from Crescent City Comics in New Orleans, is where I first saw it, and I think I can't remember. I think the price tag on it was like, like $20 or something like that. And I was like, hey, if I buy this one for 20, then I'm not gonna be able to afford, a whole bunch of these other ones. And this was like years ago, and I slipped on that. I should have got it because now it's something that I want. But this book was also there, and I can't explain to you why I passed on it. But I was fortunate enough to come back and pick up this one. This is Black Panther #1, that Jay-Z cover. If you can see it, I know the black is kind of reflecting the light, so I hope you guys can see that pretty well. I'm gonna put some of these on my Instagram as well, so you guys can see some of the things that I picked up. But I picked this one up this past year. I got this one from the Brandon Comic Fanfare that was put on by my man Sherrick with Plant City Comics Cafe. He was the guy, the mastermind behind putting that together, and him and some other guys. But this one is something that I picked up while I was there. I got it for a really good price, and I'm super happy. And like I said, this one is also in immaculate condition. The only thing is, I guess from being with other comics, there's like a small little, it's not a crease, but it's like a little indenture there that can easily be pressed out. Actually, I can actually press that out myself by putting it in a flat surface and putting some weight on it. So if you know about cleaning and pressing, you kind of understand what I'm saying. But other than that, it is also in 9.9 condition. There is like a little ding right there, but it's one of those bindery tears that is very slight, and so that may drop it down to a 9.8. But other than that, I think it's absolutely clean, perfect, and looking better as the day goes on. All right, so the next book that I'm gonna show you guys, I actually picked this one up in a trade. There was a young lady from New Jersey that she needed some bitter root covers, and I sent her some other stuff. But I traded her like 5 or 6 books for this one book. She had multiple copies of this book, and this one wasn't on my radar as far as picking up. But I don't know. Again, I can't explain myself with some of the stuff that I've picked up in the past, and I'm happy that I persevere, and I'm still, a collector that's learning and growing and basically evolving. So I picked this up. This is Black Lightning #1, this thunderous origin issue of Black Lightning. And I picked that up in that trade. Like I say, she shipped it to me. This is in absolutely great condition. It is a very clean, very beautiful copy of this particular book. I know that, like I said, it wasn't on my radar, but for me to acquire this one in such a great condition, it is a benefit to my collection. I'm super happy to have this, and yeah, I'm a Black Lightning fan. It's not like I wasn't a fan, but I guess I think it wasn't high on my priority list. So if it came by at a good price, I would have picked it up anyway. But with that trade, I had multiple copies of the stuff that I traded to her. So, it's good. That's why it's good to pick up multiple copies of stuff. Like they say, one to rock, one to stock. You can trade some of the ones that you stocked up on. So yeah, pick that up. Beautiful copy. All right, so the next book, and this is something that as you know, I used to be a comic book grader, and my first client, Mr. Irvin. Shout out to Mr. Irvin if you're checking out this video. He had this one particular book that I had was on my radar, but I make it a rule that whenever I do my comic consulting, and basically what I do is I tell people, the value of their collection based on the condition and what they have in their collection. I do that so when they get ready to sell it, or if they just want to know in general what their books are worth, nobody's out there to swindle them, or if they go to a comic book shop, they're not telling them, hey, we'll give you $500 for your collection, and the collection is actually worth like 10,000. So you got to be very careful like that when you're offloading your books or your collection, to make sure that you're not that you ain't getting your head knocked off. But Mr. Irvin had this one particular book. It was a beautiful copy, and like I said, it was on my radar already because it was one of my favorite characters. But I didn't ask him for it or anything like that. I kept it professional, and I eventually went on eBay and I found a copy, and I thought it was a good price. I haven't seen it anywhere cheaper, but in this condition, it is absolutely a good price. But this is Marvel Previews presents Blade, the Vampire Slayer, issue number 3, and this is one of the grails. I feel like this is just as important, not as important as Tomb of Dracula number 10, but this is like the second or third rung on that Blade ladder. And I'm super happy to pick this up. This is something that when I first saw it, I was like, I'm gonna get it graded and get it slabbed up. And I'm like, nah, never mind, because I enjoy the interior so much that I'm going to find a way to preserve it. I'm probably put it in a frame or something where I can still, manually go in there and look at the book when I want to, and be super careful with it. But I absolutely love this book. This is one of my favorite books in my collection. The cover, the interior, the fact that it's Blade, all of that makes this a great pickup for me for 2024. So I'm super happy to have this. So moving along, that is basically my top 10 comic pickups. This is another. I want to show you guys this other book that I picked up, but this is an omnibus. It's still a comic, but this is probably, other than that Blade book, this is probably my most prized pickup for 2024. And that's because I'm such a big fan of the creators, and David F. Walker, Chuck Brown, and my number one favorite artist right now, Mr. Sanford Green. They created something when they created this particular book. And I remember when it first came out, there was a little uproar, and some comic book shops, no joke, some comic book shops didn't want to even carry the book because they felt that it was a little racist, because the Jinn were white people who were turning into demons and all this other stuff. But I got the gist of it. I understood it. I'm glad they persevered. I do think they took a little curve to lighten it up a little bit, so those people that were so upset weren't as upset. But long-winded to say, this is Bitterroot, the Omnibus Book 1, and this is like, this book right here alone has gotten me to the point where now I want to collect more omnibus books. So I don't know where that word, I need to look up what omnibus, the root word, and where it all came from anyway. But this is a collection of a great story written by some guys that had insight, and and just the mind to create something so super dope. I know Miss Regina King is, I think it was Miss Regina King that is gonna produce the movie or something like that. I know there's something in the works, and I am going to hold out and wait and wait and wait, and hopefully the Lord will bless me with enough life that I'll actually get to see it come to fruition. But in the meantime, I got this, and let you guys check out the interior, that beautiful Seth Green artwork, my man Berg, and that's the character that I would want to play. I would want to play Berg in the movie, but it has also like like in the floppies at the end of the book, it had little extras in it and stuff like that. This book also has that and some extra art. Man, this is absolutely a dope book. Man, I love this is what really made me fall in love with Sanford Green's artwork. This particular series, even though, as I always tell the story about how I was at Tampa Bay Comic Con and I saw Mr. Sanford Green at his table, and he was working on something. I'm not even sure. He was just, he wasn't looking up. He was just working and drawing and stuff like that. And I didn't take that opportunity to meet him, and I didn't really know about him. So, and I didn't know about his artwork, even though I thought it was cool. I didn't take a deeper look. So, carpe diem is always one of the things that sets in my mind. Now you have to seize the time. Seize the time. I learned that from a Black Panther book, but yeah, you definitely got to do that. And the original Black Panthers, the Black Panther Party. There's a book called Seize the Time that my dad had me read when I was younger. But anyway, my voice is getting a little deeper as this cold is still setting in. This virus that's had me congested and kicking my butt. But wanted to show you guys that, and also I'd be remiss because when I bought that Bitter Root book, I also bought this Shook Black Horror Anthology. I haven't read it completely, but it has some really dope stories in it. This is like a compilation book. I can't remember who all the artists are, all the writers and artists are. We'll go through real quick. Featuring stories by Sean Elaine, Alvern Ball, Rodney Barnes, Brandon Easton, Bradley Golden, Kevin Graveau, John Jennings, Evan Park, Marcus H. Roberts, and Mr. David F. Walker that I just previously mentioned for Better Root. And the artwork is by Sean Elaine, David Brom, Robert Castro, Flavio Cortez, Daniel Gorman, Charlie Gruble, Alessio Nacerno, Adam Seats, Jamal Williams, Jermel Williams, and Philip R. Williams Jr. So those are and the cover art was done by John Jennings. I'm a friend of his on Instagram and Facebook. So shout out to Mr. John Jennings. You always do some good work, and I'm happy to have this as well. So those are the things that I picked up in 2024. I have a ton of stuff, as we all know. We continue to buy and buy and buy and buy. That's our thing. I hate to say it is like that. Let me strike that, because I would edit that out, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it organic. We collect because this is our hobby, our sport, our culture, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Shout out to like I say, Heroes After Dark, and shout out to everybody who has newly subscribed to my channel, and thank you guys for rocking with me. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment, share, comment, subscribe, like, all of that stuff, because those are the things that make a YouTuber successful. And like I say, I'm not giving up on my channel. I want my channel to grow and grow, and I don't want the thousands of followers simply for the monetary value. I want it because I want to have more and more people to talk to about comics, and the thing that I'm super, super passionate about, and the love of this culture. So with that being said, I'm gonna go and do something productive with my day. I'm probably gonna read a little bit and get back to work, what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I said, I'm supposed to be working from home today. Trying not to turn on this dang PlayStation and get on this Madden, but it is what it is. If you on that PS5 and you want that heat, always hit me up. My thing is the King James 321. So holla at me on the PlayStation 5. Other than that, continue to evolve. Thank you for joining me. It's your man Jay, and it's Evolutionary Comics, baby. Peace.